First of all, that I appreciate all of you all. I am in the car right now with the Surviving Vegan kids. Y'all say I am in the car with them right now, and they know that we're doing this meeting. And it's just a good opportunity to see you all again. I know for some of us, we haven't connected in probably like 2 years. I'm probably like, where is she? You probably see me still posting, but like, where is she? What happened? And I just want to let you guys know I'm fine. I just needed time for myself and my family. And I appreciate the grace that you guys gave me. You guys didn't like bother me or nothing. Not that you would be bothering me, but you guys gave me grace and gave me the space. So I just want you to know that I appreciate that. But I'm ready to rock and roll with you all, the ones that's ready to rock and roll with me and really push forward for a phenomenal rest of 2025. I'm excited to open the academy again, and I feel more empowered. So I just want to let you guys know I'm going through my own kind of like recommitment journey to the Surviving Vegan brand as a whole, and really get our community back in touch with one another. So I thought there would be a phenomenal opportunity to uh utilize the Surviving Vegan Academy OGs in terms of bringing us back together and be the foundational principle, because there are still academy members that join. I do interviews now for the academy to make sure that we get the right fit and continue to have our community thriving. So there are newbies that are joining, and I would love for the OGs to really be able to accept, everyone with open arms. So what better way to do that than for us to do the academy over? I do want to address the access issues. What's really going on with that is the account went inactive for some time. And I also lost access to my emails, like the Orisha Oshun at imsurvivingvegan.com or the customer support at imsurvivingvegan.com. I lost access to those because it was a team member that's no longer with Surviving Vegan that kind of like, I won't say controlled, but they monitor that. And because they are no longer with the company, I'm unable to access it, even though I'm the owner, right? Because their name is on it, on the account, actual like logins and stuff like that. So it's a whole like issue with that. So I've been going through a verification process for a very long time, and I'm finally getting a lot of response from Kajabi just within the last 3 weeks. So we're in the process of like changing the emails and everything that's associated with it. But I'm just moving at their pace. So I appreciate you guys allowing the time and the space for it. And I just want to let you know that I appreciate you all for being here. All right. So it's 60 of us on here, 59 now, 60 of us on here that are recommitted to the academy. So I just wanted to open up by saying we will be doing the academy live. Everyone that's here, a part of the academy, I believe everyone that's here started with the academy going through not only the live portion, but also going through the pre-recorded videos. That's right. Is that correct? Everybody here did it that way, right? Okay. Well, prior to you all, I used to do the academy. It was called the Detox Game. When I first got started with Surviving Vegan Academy, I created the actual course through doing live small group courses over the course of 4 to 5 weeks. So it just feels good to kind of reconnect with that. And that's what we'll be doing. So every single thing that we'll do will be live. So we'll go over everything that's in week 1. We'll still do our detox. We'll still do our dump list, our fire letters, and I have a few surprises, okay, for us to really kind of update the information that's given in the Surviving Vegan Academy. Does that make sense? All right, so this call is really for me to kind of understand where you all are at right now, so that I can make the academy as relatable as possible. So I would love to hear from you all about like what you need, what challenges you're facing. Even if you don't want to speak, you can drop it in the chat so that I can read it later. And if you want to speak, I would love to hear from you all. I want to kind of know like where you are, what you've been doing to kind of help you reach your goals, and what that gap is, so that I can help us all move towards that. All right. And we'll be on this meeting for about another 25 minutes, just so I can roughly make sure I set the expectation of how long we'll be on. Okay. So anybody that speaks, I will just respectfully ask that we kind of keep it at like a minute so that as many people can share as possible. Okay. All right. So the first question is, where are you now? Right? Where are you now and what do you need help with? Okay. What would you like to learn in terms of what you need help with? What struggles are you facing? What challenges are you facing that hopefully we can address during this Surviving Vegan Academy redo? Because you guys know what the Academy is about. You've done gone through the information. Of course, we're going to brush up on it, but I feel like we can bond a lot better if I understand where you are and really speak to those things. Okay. All right. So I saw Clarcia. Am I saying that right? Clarcia, you had your head up. So you should be able to unmute. Hold on. Yes.
I got it for you.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good, girl.
Are you looking good? I'm so happy we're doing this again. It's just in time for me, as I'm sure everybody else that's on the call. I've just kind of been in survivor mode, and I've had like these ups and downs where I'll have short periods of doing things that I'm supposed to be doing, and then I just kind of fall completely off. I went through a divorce a couple of years ago, and so my whole identity was wrapped up in kind of the marriage, being a military spouse, having 4 kids, and very active kids to where I really didn't have time for myself over a period of about 19 years. And so during our first bout of Surviving Vegan Academy, I was actually going through my separation period. So it was a North Star for me to kind of stay focused and to come to the surface and to break out of the cycle that I was in. And so I was able to sustain for a little bit, but then I completely fell off, fell on my face, and now I'm just trying to pick the pieces back up. And I recognize some codependency in myself, even with the program. Like, I feel like the accountability that you had with us helped me to be more successful. And I'm hoping this time around, when I get the tools again, I'll be able to kind of be more self-sufficient so I can come out of that codependency. Thanks.
Thank you so much. And I do remember your face. I remember maybe it was like, I feel like you were like a few years back, a long time ago. But I appreciate your transparency and I appreciate you sharing and being vulnerable for the group. Can you please just send our sis some love in the chat and let her know that, our accountability, our village is back. And I'm so happy that we are reunited again and it feels so good. All right,
Yeah.
Krishani.
Trying to participate in the chat and so I'm so excited to be back. I feel like that this is part of the next stage in my life. I was getting, I got nutrition certified. I decided to play into my being a master cosmetologist and using what you taught, what I was taught in the nutrition part, and became a hair health and wellness coach. So my emphasis now is I wrote a book. I'm sitting here trying to upload it now. On it's called What the Hair: The Ultimate Guide for Treating Hair Loss with Foods, Herbs, and Essential Oils. So you see, I have my locks now. But really identifying, going in and looking at how to determine the different systems and doing the research and how to find the healing properties through the herbs, doing that part, like the part with the mental and the diet and the eating, that was all great, but when it came to assessing the different body areas and going and doing the research, I was kind of like before, even now I'll look, but to go into that deep dive and be able to articulate and do that a little bit better and get more efficient in, that's what I'm looking for this go round. And it came at a great time where, I have loved ones and family members that are dealing with a whole bunch of things. And I'm like, but I was like, this is right on time because my cousin, she's my mom's first cousin. I mean, she got all these health issues, and I'm like, okay, we got to address your mineral deficiencies first. So I was like, it came right on time when you said, hey, we're going to do this. And I'm like, okay, I can dial in a little bit more in that and help my community as well. So that's why I'm so excited to be back on this journey with you all. And I feel like I was part of the initial folks when we all went to Miami and all of that. So it's just so good to just see your family growing, you taking that time out that you needed. I understand, and just glad to be on this next part with you.
Thank you so much. And I appreciate you speaking as well. And everybody has said that that health matrix portion needed to be 4 weeks by itself. So I totally understand. And I'm excited to update you all because even though I was kind of like in the shadows a little bit and I didn't plan to, right? It kind of like happened. So that's why the community didn't get like a notice like, hey, this, I'm about to do this. It wasn't planned. It was really like things in my life made me sit down and just like reflect. And the reflection lasted way longer than I thought it would, but I needed it because y'all, I feel so full again. And that's what I'm grateful for. So Krishani, I look forward to sharing new things that I've learned while I've been kind of on my break. Even as like a mom, I feel like I've evolved more and learned so many tools to help us with our families, like you mentioned, help our families come to the light and be the real wellness warriors and wellness coaches that our families deserve. And ultimately, we might be the black sheep, as they call it, but I feel like we all connected for a reason because we kind of like need each other on this journey. So thank you so much for never giving up. Thank you for continuing your journey. I'm so happy to see you. And I remember you as a detox specialist, and I appreciate all the work that you did with me, and I don't take it for granted. So thank you so much for being here. Let's move to Rhonda.
You know what, guys? I just sound and look young, but when it comes to technology, baby, Lord have mercy, help us. Okay, so hi everybody. I'm excited to be here. First, I want to thank you for taking that time for yourself as a mother. We watched you have a new family member, and I'm excited that you were able to take that time for yourself and regroup. And so, thank you for not just doing it as an example, but thank you for doing that for you and your family. That was really important. So, you go, girl, because we saw you had that baby. You was teaching us classes, and you were breastfeeding with it, all types of things. So, take that time. We did not complain. We were letting you rest, queen. So, the I've been doing a really great job just having grace with myself, taking care of myself as well, really diving deep into my spiritual practices and where I believe that I need to be heading in that direction. I have not been as aggressive to my family. Talked about you eating that chicken period and you eating that dead flesh. I've been trying not to I've been a lot more gentle. However, I have been able to hold that space with them. I am on the journey of remedying multiple sclerosis, so MS. So I've been doing that. However, the individual believes that it can be done, but my approach, is still kind of weird for them. So hey, let me look at your food, things like that. I've also been playing some of your podcasts and videos throughout my trainings, letting people know that your food is showing that you insecure. And some people had some issues with that. Get them off that bread, you're insecure. But my approach has gotten a lot better, and you've been backing me up via YouTube because I'm not the only person saying it. So I've been definitely been showing your videos on YouTube, like, okay, she said it too. you know. Um, and so, yeah, everything's been going really well. I've been able to show grace to my children as well. Like I said, I've been able to have a better approach with things. I have gone through a season of isolation. A lot of people have fallen off away from me. I've noticed the deeper I go through that journey and wanting to really do face mapping, really trying to understand what's going on with my eyes and my tongue and identifying. Some people have gotten closer to me, but some people have fallen away, very, very close people to me. And so you kind of warned us about that journey as well, too, that some people, probably won't fool with you anymore. So I've been handling that, and I cut off all my hair as well too because I was ready for a new journey. I had really long hair, and I was just like, you know what, let me do this. So it was perfect timing. As soon as I cut my hair, a couple of weeks later, you're like, let's do a redo, and I said, what?
Thank,
So,
thank you
I
so much, Rhonda. I
I thank
appreciate
you.
that, and I appreciate you being here. And we definitely gonna zero in a lot of the information, and just to shout out everybody in the comments as well. I see y'all saying go through the meal plan again. I see people mentioning fibroids. Gaga back there crying. That little baby, she's 3 years old now, and she's a little woman. Okay, she's 3 years old. Yeah, she'll be four. Then she's 3 or 4. Yeah, she's 3. She'll be 4 in December. I see everybody in the comments. Shout out to LaShawn. Thank you for participating in class of 2021. I see y'all. Complete reset. Information on stillborn babies, food allergies. I see every comment coming in. I'm reading it. Okay, baby. So I'm going to move on now to Miss Jackie. I'm going to unmute her, and then we're going to go to Diamond and Eden. And then I'll kind of wrap up on what to expect over the next few days and give you guys your first assignment. Jackie, are you there?
Hello. Is it
Yes.
working?
Yes, it's
Hey,
working.
Queen.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm doing good. Really, really good.
I am so excited to be here. I see a lot of people were in here from 2021 as well. I've been in here with you since then. And I also wanted just to give you your graces and give you your kudos. You are so amazing. And we've been watching and supporting you since all of your pregnancies, and seeing you be a mom is absolutely amazing. And I just had a baby myself. I gave birth at home almost 9 months ago now, and I did the vegan pussy challenge and everything. And I know a lot of people in here are also saying they want stuff focused on like women's health, and that's kind of something I would really like to look forward to. If you could talk more about like vegan pregnancy, which I did, vegan breastfeeding, like maybe alternative baby formulas for us to make, how to build a milk supply while also being vegan, maybe even raw vegan. I was raw vegan almost my whole pregnancy. I had severe hyperemesis, which I know is a symptom, but I could not pinpoint what it was. And now that I am a little bit postpartum, for the last like almost 4 months now, I have been bleeding extremely heavy and haven't figured out like an herbal remedy that I can take while breastfeeding to stop the bleeding. So I would love to see if we could maybe like talk about that. I don't know what to do about that. I'm kind of lost because I can't really find any information on that. But just like vegan pregnancy, vegan mamahood, and I also took time away from social media to take care of my baby. So I'm so happy you did that. And I'm so happy you're back now, but you put your family first. That's absolutely amazing. And we all look up to you. And yeah, I think that's kind of what everybody else is saying in here
Listen,
with
little old me, y'all
vegan.
looking up to me. Yes, I'm a
Yes.
hot mess. I want y'all to know that. I am. But no, I look up to y'all too. I hope y'all know that. I appreciate you all. I am just grateful because I want you guys to know just how important you all have been to me on my journey as well. You all have uh casted this amazing image towards me and my family, and I need it because it helps me to stay convicted. It helps me
Yes.
to keep moving forward because I think about you
Mhm.
guys even when you don't see me. So I think Rhonda it was, or someone, I forgot the young lady's name. I can't remember right now, but she mentioned how she was like, still aggressive with her family. I know y'all been
Mhm.
seeing on Instagram. I'm not aggressive anymore, y'all. I have toned it down a whole lot, but you know what? It's brought so many different types of people and opened me up the brand, not even just me, us, up to so many new international. We always have international people, but the message is well received now. But when they get in this class, okay, it's on and popping. All right,
And that's what we need. We do need a kick in the butt. We do. We
Yes,
need to,
yes.
because it helps us. And I know for me, like I also have a large platform and I've also shared my detoxing journey from the very beginning, and it's helped so many people. And I know that what you do, it doesn't go unnoticed, and it's helped so many people, way more than you could ever imagine. Because every person you help in here, we're also sharing it and helping hundreds of thousands of people as well. And it all has stemmed and started because of you. So we're very, very grateful for you. And I'm just excited to get myself back together because I want to lose my weight, my baby weight. And I want to be consistent
Oh,
again
guys,
and feel my
listen,
best.
listen. I'm glad you said that. So I'm actually aligning the brand like with what's real in my life. So like detoxing my kids and stuff like that. That's really the forefront of my life and making sure they're okay. So you'll see like a lot more content towards that. But in the sense of losing weight, we got some grown woman stuff going on. So I introduced the vegan BBL program. It's in testing phase right now. I have about 12 women that's doing it. So anybody that's up for that challenge, it's a body sculpting. It's a whole thing where you achieve the BBL look and the sculpting without the surgery, without the Ozempic, y'all. All right, so I just want to throw that out there that is something that I'm doing, and it will actually be it's a small community right now of like 12 different people, but that will be available soon for us to all do together after the academy, of course. But thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate you, Jackie. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you. Eden. Oh, I think I said Diamond, Rhonda, then Eden. Okay, then we'll wrap up with that, and then I'll give the last word. So whoever wants to go in either order, Diamond, Rhonda, and Eden. Can Eden or Diamond jump in, or if they're aware, listening at all? If not, I'll go ahead and close it out.
Diamond's in the chat asking if you could unmute her. She said, "Can you unmute me?" So she has an issue with her audio.
Okay, let me see if I can find her name. Okay, there we go. Ask to unmute. I pressed to unmute you, but I don't see that. I don't know if it's working on your end, but I am sending it. But I'll keep sending it. Eden, if you can hear me, are you able to unmute? All right. While we're waiting on that, can you hear? I heard somebody talking. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Let me look at the chat. Shanti first. No. As you know, Michelle. Hey, Greg. What's up, Greg? Okay, Eden, can you unmute? I don't know if you know you have your hand up to speak. Did you want to speak?
Quincy bothering Gaga.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, it wasn't giving me the option to unmute. Hey, everybody, it's good to be back. I feel like I have a similar story to everyone. I'm really glad to be back. I feel like the community is really like a good, happy, healthy place, but also with, the studies comes a lot of stress and pressure and, like we have people looking up to us and then we're looking up to each other. And so it was really stressful for me. And then I ended up having quote unquote condition 19 both times, the initial class and the reboot. I went all the way through the first class and I just wasn't able to finish my matrix all the way. And then the second time I just had to throw in the towel. Because I think I had it like twice in 2022. or something like that. So I'm really glad to be back and have another opportunity to, kind of redeem myself and get everything. Another thing with me, technology is not my thing. I am a true to life earth sign. And so I could not find any of the diagrams in the Kajabi. It was a mystery to me. So that's really it. But I'm definitely glad to be back and glad to be working with everybody again.
Thank you for saying that. But yes, if anybody has their, because I don't have access to anything, if anybody has their workbook, the little digital like printout thing that I had for the academy, if anybody has that, if you can please, oh, she got it printed out. Lord, where you stay at? I need to come up there and see. No, if anybody has the digital version, if you can send that to me, I will so appreciate it. Just so I can have something, because the new students, they be like, I'll be like, just give me a second, just give me a moment. So I appreciate the academy students. If you have that, can you send that to me? I'll drop my email, my backup email in the chat for anybody that has can send it to me. Diamond, I know you said you fixed your mic. So if you can unmute yourself, you can talk into the sis that just went. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate that.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, awesome. So sorry about that, y'all. I'm outside grounding, so if y'all hear birds and whatnot chirping, that's me. So I'm gonna make this super quick because I don't want to take up anybody's time. But essentially, I had been a part of surviving for a really long time, and based off of that information, where I was in my spiritual journey, I was actually in a holistic town, a place where people were really interested in homeopathic remedies as opposed to allopathic remedies. I think I'm saying that word wrong. I do apologize. But anyway, with that being said, I was actually able to network, do vendor events, things like that, and actually grow my business to the point where I was, housing my products in a storefront. Since then, I did have to transition my life to a new city, and unfortunately, these people do not care anything about homeopathic remedies or what's good for them, et cetera, and so forth. Right now, they're living off of the seat of their pants, and that's okay. A part of our journey is to understand that we're not here to heal everyone, but those who actually seek that information out, et cetera, and so forth. So with that being said, the couple of things that I was interested in, hold on, let me put my notes. I'm really good with networking in person, going to vendor events, et cetera, and so forth. But actually having like an online presence is something that I struggle with just because I am very in tuned energetically. And I feel like, unfortunately, especially in the last few years, I feel like the internet has became a social trauma dumping ground, to be honest with you. And it's not an energy that I choose to interact with, but I know in order for me to do what I'm supposed to be sitting here to do, that I need to get past that barrier. So that's one thing. How to build an online presence and how to really find your niche in terms of making that said content. Another thing that I would really love to take a look at is like new world transitions in regards of, I mean, as we know, especially here in the United States, I don't know where everyone else is, but we are going through a lot of social changes, a lot of restructuring. And so we all have to find a way to pivot our businesses so that we can still ride with the economy and not collapse underneath it. So being able to collectively brainstorm as to how we can move our holistic business with the current change or the current wind of the world would be great. Two other things that I had is spiritual diagnosis as to mental disorders or yeah, just straightforward. I mean, I understand that the things that we eat is a direct link to our emotional state. Our direct emotional state is to our spiritual state. But I think a lot of people, especially in this new world that we're seeing online in terms of like this new spiritual trend or whatever, they're sometimes dealing with the things on the surface, so physical or emotional. But I think that a lot of people are leaving out of that spiritual state. And the last thing that I would be interested in is a conversation that we had. I can't remember whether it was just one of your Zoom meetings or if it was a part of Surviving Vegan, but baby vaccines, the same vaccines that they, quote unquote, are saying or not mandated, but they're highly suggestive that our children take at the beginning of birth. So going back into that conversation of natural citizenship instead of Social Security.
Yeah,
That's all I
you know,
have, but I think someone else is
theirs
speaking.
right now, because their hair is done, but yeah.
Eden, we can hear you background.
Yeah, I just muted her. Thank you so much for sharing, Diamond. Yes, yes, I am. Thank you so much for sharing, Diamond. I appreciate you. And what I do want to let you guys know is I'm definitely loving all of the suggestions. What I would love for you guys to do right now, I do want to have about maybe one or two speakers potentially come into the academy, the redo, and speak with us. So if you guys have any recommendations for that, if you can drop that in the chat so I can see it later and start to probably reach out to some people, people you've probably been watching online, people I may not be aware of, or, I'm open to collaborating and bringing us more value. That's the best way I can say it. So it's 22 pages. Is that what you're looking for? I think so. Send it to me and I'll see. If you got something that's 22 pages, I would love to see it. Bobby Price and Yaki. Okay. I've connected with both of them and before. Where do I send the documents? I put my email in the chat. I'll type it again. I will a remedy. Is that a person? Let me see what that is. Feature collections. Okay, is that your website? I'll take a look. I'll just open it and I'll look at it later. Yaki, thanks. Yes, she's a person. Okay, yeah, they are a person. Okay, so I'll take a look at it. Okay, so thank you guys for those recommendations. You could Nikwa. Okay. Cool. I would definitely work on speaking to these people that you've mentioned and looking at their availability to come drop some gems on us. And I know she mentioned the vaccines. I can definitely the person I trust with vaccines is RZA. He's on that one. So I can definitely speak with him and see what his availability will be like too. Let's go to Jamaica. Oh yeah, that's Nicola. That's Nicola there. I see what you did there. We might have to do that. I don't know. We're gonna talk about it though. We're gonna get through these 4 weeks, right? So I'll just wrap up by saying this, and you guys can enjoy the rest of your evening. So we will officially start. So there's a lot of people who wrote me and said they couldn't even make it today, post a replay. There's some people that just wrote me today and were like, oh my God, I just saw the post, but I can't make it, etc. So I want to make sure everybody that wants to be a part of this can be a part of this. So I'm going to promote this in our Facebook group for the next week. Okay. For the next week, I'm going to just promote this and say, hey, we had an orientation. I'll post this recording also in our Facebook group. And I'm going to promote for the week. Okay. So we will meet again. We will officially start on the 23rd. Okay. We will officially start on the 23rd. Okay. What we will start with. Okay. What I need you guys to have ready for me. Thank you for sending the workbook. I appreciate it so much. That means so much. Right. We'll officially start on the 23rd. And I just want to promote this and make sure every student that I can reach that did the academy can know about it. And that sometimes that just takes a few days for people to notice it, coming on Facebook, not being on Facebook. People have times where they're in periods where they're not online and they may miss it and come on. And I don't want anybody to feel left out, especially since I'm doing this because they cannot access the academy information. All right. So yes, April 23rd is when we officially start. Okay, so we will start the 23rd. Be prepared with the grapefruit detox. Right, so we'll do the detox. The first day will be the 23rd, and then we'll do it until the 25th. Okay, if that's not appropriate for someone, maybe you can't do grapefruit. You can do the cantaloupe. Right, so we'll do 3 days of the cantaloupe. Now, if you want to take it to the extreme, you can do a water fast as well. Okay, or you can pick if you want to do something that you create yourself. You can pick one fruit that you want to do this fast with. But I recommend, especially if you want to do weight loss, the grapefruit. If you kind of want to rehydrate, you could do the cantaloupe. If you're on medication as well, you could do the cantaloupe. And you can implement raw salads and cook quinoa and beans, any type of bean that you choose. Okay. So that's what we'll start with. All right. Do you all remember how to do the spiritual bath? If you don't know how to remember, drop it in the chat and I'll go over it real quick because I want you to prepare for the spiritual bath. Yes, everybody, we're doing 3-day fast before the class start or the day the class starts. All right. So we're going to do the 3-day fast on the day the class starts, which is the 23rd. So the 23rd The 24th and the 25th will be the detox, the grapefruit or the cantaloupe or whichever fruit that you choose, or water. Okay. I see people saying they don't remember the spiritual bath. Okay. I don't remember any of it. It's okay. It's okay. So I'll go over the spiritual bath quickly. Now, remember, the point of the spiritual bath is to help you navigate and spiritually align with where you want to go, right? Water represents a transportation mechanism, right? So, for example, water transports ships and vessels, right? We use water in baptism, okay? So to transport you spiritually to another ascension, right? So we can utilize water as a purifying substance in our own life. And when we put it into a ceremony, it makes it even more powerful because it's intentional. So each day of your detox, you do a spiritual bath at the end of that detox. Okay. The spiritual bath is, you okay, goddess? You all right, goddess? Goddess. The spiritual bath, you'll get a bag of clove. We're gonna do clove as the herb. Okay, you can get a, when I say a bag, I mean like a palm full of clove, and you can put it in the tea bag. You can put it they have like these meth bags as well that you can put it in, right? Or you can put it inside of the pot if you don't have any of that. You put it into a pot of water. You simmer it for about 5 to 10 minutes. Then you fill your bathtub with water. Okay. You pour that herb into the water. Now, clove historically, right, has represented deep cleansing of the mind and of the spirit. So I know someone meant to mention mental health, right? It cleanses the blood, it restores mental clarity, it removes brain fog. It's good for all types of viruses, from RSV, COVID, flu, what else? Norovirus, kind of like all viruses. Even if you have a not bed bug, a stomach bug, it cleanses the body fast. It is a spice, right? So most people, I'm going to step out the car real quick because Gaga's like yelling. She's reached her limit of how long I can be tied up. Oh, you guys can't even see me. What was I saying? So clove can be used for those purposes. So I feel like if you have children, you should always have clove. If you have children, you should always have clove as a part of your herbal kit. Okay. All right, so you'll use the clove. Emotionally and spiritually, it really represents mental clarity. As I said, it always represented royalty. People used to exchange clove, and it was up there in the caliber of ginger. Like ginger and clove in ancient times were like equivalent to gold almost. Okay. So you can do clove or you can do lavender. Lavender is for someone who wants to get more in touch with their feminine energy. If you want to get more in touch with your, as I said, feminine side, maybe you are always in your masculine phase, always in the action phase, and you want to really calm down a little bit, stabilize the nervous system, you can do clove and lavender together, right? So you pour that into the tub, right? Also, we use elements of the earth during our ceremony, right? So the elements are earth, wind, and fire. Okay, so you need to have candles. Okay, unscented white candles are the best because unscented white candles represent purity. It's just for symbolism. Represents purity, represents change, and represents new seasons. Like the snow falls on the ground, it represents the turning of a new season, right? So fire, you can use candles, and you can also hold on.
I think she got knocked off. She'll be back.
I'm back, guys. So you can also use incense. So I would recommend frankincense and myrrh. Okay, frankincense and myrrh, ancient wise represented Again, transformation. It was given to high priest. It was also given to in the story of Jesus Christ. It was given as a gift when there's a new kind of like savior complex. So it is heavily regarded as a herb and as a scent that aligns with ascension, right? So you can use frankincense, you can use myrrh, you can use tiger's blood if you're kind of like working more on your finances. You can also, what else is another really, really good one that I would recommend? You can use cedar as well. Cedar is really, really good if you want to cleanse your aura overall. What else? Let me think. What's coming to my mind? Frankincense, myrrh, tiger's blood. Those are the ones that's really coming to me right now. I'm just being like led by spirit. That's what's really coming to me. So earth, wind, fire, right? So we talked about the earth already. We have the herbs that can represent earth. You can also take it to another level and add a potted plant. You can add seashells, something that comes from the earth, okay? You can, if you're into crystals, you can do that as well. You can use different crystals, amethyst, whatever you feel drawn to, okay? That can represent earth, all right? So earth, wind, fire. For the wind, that's also the incense. You can do sage, right? You can use sage to cleanse the air. Now we know that spiritually sage is used to, remove unwanted energies, but on a physical level, it also removes any pollutants from the air. So it cleanses bacteria from the air, it purifies the air, so you can sage over your bathroom area, and you say affirmations into the water, right? Water holds memory, right? So as you speak into the water, speak your destination, right? What do you want from the academy? What's the next level for you? Okay. All right. And that is your assignment, right? Prepare for the detox. Okay. Prepare to have the spiritual bath every night of the detox. And your final homework is to do a dump list. Okay. Those are the three things to do a dump list. Do you all remember what the dump list is? Right. Remember the dump list. You take a sheet of paper. You draw 2 vertical lines down the paper. Okay. And you label each section. Right. The first section is labeled mind. The second section is labeled body. And the third section, mind, body, and spirit. Right. So the first section, mind, second section, body, third section, spirit. Right. And for each section, there are questions. So for the mind, section, it is, what unhealthy thoughts do I think daily? Okay. If you feel like, oh, I'm not thinking it daily, but it comes up, still write it down. Still write it down so we can review and assess it. Okay. And on that class, on the 23rd, I'll do live assessments with a few of us. Unfortunately, we'll be able to do everybody. Like if all 80 of us or more want to do a live assessment, I won't be able to do everyone. But the idea of me doing the live assessments is for you to learn how to read what people put on their paper, especially if you're going to be a wellness coach or starting a business or have a business, and do an assessment. So for the mind section, what thoughts, unhealthy thoughts do I think daily? Okay. Next, for the body section, remember there are 2 questions. The first question is, what unhealthy foods do I eat or crave? What unhealthy foods do I eat or crave? What unhealthy foods do I eat or crave? Okay. The second question for that section is, what unhealthy environments am I engaged in? All right, so that's the 2 questions for body. What unhealthy cravings do I have? Okay, second question, what unhealthy environments am I engaged in? And then for the last section, spirit, okay, what unhealthy feelings do I harbor, right? Anger, fear, resentment, right? You want to list all of those things. So don't rush to do the assignment. Do it with ease. Take your time to do it as things come to you. Observe your nature, observe your mindset, observe spiritually, any challenges that may come up, any traumas, and then you can write it down. So there's kind of like a well thought out dump list. Can you repeat the last question? Sure. Thank you so much for typing there in the chat, Diamond. So she wrote it there. What unhealthy feelings do I harbor? Yes. And thank you so much if you sent me the workbook. I haven't checked yet, but I'll post this video and I'll post the workbook in the chat so that everyone can access it, okay? All right, so I appreciate you guys so much for being on here with me. We did go over a little bit, but I hope you don't mind. I will see you all on the 23rd, and you'll see me promote the group meetings in our Survivor Vegan Academy Facebook group. And if you are connected to any students that you don't see here tonight, please let them know that we are doing this, because I want to make sure everyone that wants to be a part of this is a part of it. But last but not least, I just want to say I appreciate you guys, and thank you so much for showing up and being in the community again. Like, it's amazing. I see, hey, what's up, Lady Key? I see people, I'm seeing faces that I didn't shout out. What's up, Tiki?
Hey, sis.
Hey, Kiara, what's up, girl? Ada, Lorna, I see you all. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you guys on the 23rd. And I just want to say thank you again. It means so much to be connected with you guys again, okay? See you all soon, and I will post this in the group. And I'll see you on the 23rd. Peace and blessings. Talk soon.